When I started getting into smart home devices and gadgets a little over 10 years ago, the initial goal was to make life easier and they're neat. The ability to turn lights off and on in a new way. I really thought that leaving the home or coming home would be an instant lights on, lights off throughout the house kind of deal. I soon found out it wasn't going to be that easy. So there were some ups and downs and some devices I would probably not buy again. I, for the most part, though, would buy most of the things that I have bought. I just might integrate them a little bit differently. For the most part, I've gone with two systems, being the Google universe and then the Ring and Alexa. So the problem is they don't really work together. One of my first purchases was a couple of these smoke alarms, and then I added a couple more early on. I wasn't real happy with them, and I will tell about that in a separate video. Another was an early light switch I added, so I would not have to go downstairs to turn out the basement lights every night. I then added some motion detector lights in the basement as well. So my early hub, in addition to Google speakers, was the Nest Hub Max, and it's a great sound system, and it's a good touchscreen, and it generally works well to control your home devices. About the same time, I added this early version of a Google Nest doorbell, and it has served well over the past 4 or 5 years. Here's one of the speakers. Then I added another Nest doorbell for my other side door, and this one is a wireless one, so it runs on a battery, so it has to be recharged. It's not quite as good in some ways, and it's superior in other ways to the original doorbell I had installed. So occasionally it does have problems with the temperature, and it doesn't record everything because it's on a battery, so it will come on and off to record events, but that is essentially what we wanted it for, as a security. We installed a new HVAC system, and with it a smart system that could be monitored and adjusted by phone or touch screen, and which also the service technician can check on our system remotely. One of the things I've been happiest with, though, is my purchase of a Ring security system. It has been one of the most consistent things that I own. I have not had to do lots of adjusting or reinstalling. It seems to operate the way that it should, as a simple security system to let us know what's going on in the house, whether it's during the night while we're sleeping or when we're away from home. It's fairly easy to set and to monitor from a distance. With that, I ended up adding a couple more cameras. One to move around the house to let me know what's going on if I am away and the alarm actually does go off. The other was a doorbell on my back door, which I added. There was already a doorbell in place here, so I added a cheaper Ring doorbell there. As far as lights go, I have found the GE Sync system here to be one of the most helpful. You can install light bulbs or outlets and actual switches to turn it on and off, which I find still more helpful. This is made by GoSund, and it's questionable. It's not as effective as the other. Of course, the Roomba that we thought the robots would take over, we're not quite there with the Jetsons yet. Been very happy with our current version of a smart TV, the Samsung The Frame, and its ability to not only look good in the living room, but to function with other things, whether it is Apple TV or Google TV or directly streaming, casting from our phones. So there's kind of where we stand. I'll give some more details in further videos that break down each of these different aspects.